Welcome to Ask the Expert, your trusted web series for practical insights on business and finance. I'm your host, Nicole Pride. I am super excited today because we are talking about FinFest. Of course, this is the D-Free Movement's one-of-a-kind financial festival, and it brings together professionals, resources, powerful tools, all to help you make money, manage money, and invest money. And so this will be one of a few episodes. And joining us today is the master event designer behind FinFest, Angelic Linen. She is the owner of the Angelic Project, and she is bringing her remarkable vision and expertise to help make FinFest the transformative experience that it is for all attendees. So welcome, Angelique.
Thank you for having me.
As the producer for FinFest, we just want to know a little bit about your background. So how did you get into producing events?
It actually started from a cake business that I I always wanted to do events, but at the time it was during a recession, and I said, you know what, people are not going to have money to have a party or things of that nature, but they're always going to have money to celebrate a birthday or graduation from a cake standpoint.
Mm.
So I started making cakes for my friends and family. And through that clientele pathway, I was able to branch off and, kind of leave the cakes behind and just maximize the connections that I was making to start doing their parties. And then
Mm.
it went from doing parties to doing corporate events to now producing at this larger scale. So it was a graduation process. But definitely I'm here, and FinFest is one of my favorite events to do every year. And we've been doing it. This is our fifth FinFest. And each year gets better and better. And it's one of those events that just stretch you,
Mm.
stretches you professionally. So I love every minute of it. The team's amazing. Dr. Sori is a visionary. So he definitely has his vision, and I'm happy to be a part of making it happen.
That's awesome. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So it sounds like it started from a side hustle to
Yes.
you doing corporate events. So we need to maybe have a separate episode just on that. That's pretty awesome.
Definitely was a side hustle. I started my business even when I was doing my events. I started when I had a full-time job. I was working in healthcare for 14 years before I decided to take that leap of faith and say, you know what? This is bringing me joy. It's bringing me probably more money that I'm doing in my day job. Let me
Mm.
put all my eggs in this basket and see where I can go with it. And I've been now an entrepreneur for the last going on 3 years.
Wow.
Praise
Oh,
to God,
congratulations.
guiding me all the way through.
Yeah. Well, this is Ask the Expert, so this is very relevant. And so what I did here, which is pretty key, and I hear my husband, who is a score advisor, he advises
Oh, I
small
use them.
businesses. I'm
I
sorry.
use I'm it's so funny you say Score because we had Score as a vendor for FinFest 2022. And
Wow.
through that connection, I was like, what does this company do? Like, how can I use them? And I actually have a Score advisor who helps me with my business. It's
Excellent.
amazing.
So, for all of you aspiring entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs, you should look into SCORE.
Yes.
Score.org. They provide free business counseling. These are either, they started off as retired executives, but now there are people who are in full-time positions, and they have expertise in everything from legal advice to accounting
Yes.
to marketing, everything. So that's great to hear that that was beneficial for you. And so the one thing I was going to highlight is that you mentioned that you started your side hustle, so you were working and you didn't just jump out there, which I'm
No.
prone to jump.
No, I did not just jump. It
Yeah.
was a very spooky experience. You don't know, right? Because you have to trust yourself on something that is new and it has never been done from your side of things.
Mhm.
So I definitely inched my way into this space. I definitely
Mhm.
build the clientele. I didn't do it blindly. It
Mhm.
wasn't like a full-fledged project or strategy that I had in place, but I knew that I was building towards something. And when I felt secure enough that I was like, okay, I have enough clientele to kind of carry me for those first 6 months. I have some savings that I kind of stashed away. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this. And I think the pivotal part was during COVID, where I'm kind of working from home. And I was
Mhm.
able to kind of, don't tell those people that I was working with, but I was kind of trying to maximize on this new time that I was able to manage between having my full-time job, working from home, managing children. It wasn't an
Mhm.
easy task,
Mhm.
but it did come about in a way that I'm proud of and that I can say, you know what, if you feel comfortable, take that leap, but make sure it's calculated. It's not blind.
Right. Oh, that is so inspiring. Thank you for sharing that. And so
Appreciate
to
it.
fast forward, you are working on large scale events like FinFest.
Yes.
And so FinFest, and just I did not mention, is Saturday, November 9th,
Yes.
beginning at 9 a.m. in Long Branch, New Jersey. And so we are so excited about FinFest this year. And so now you're working on large scale events like FinFest. And so what is it like this year? First let's just talk about who are some of the speakers and what are some of the topics?
So I'll start with this. This is one of the largest FinFest events that we've done. And like I said, we've been online, we went digital, we did hybrid.
Mm,
We had a hybrid FinFest event. We've been in Newark, New Jersey at Phillips Academy. We went down south to Atlanta.
mhm,
Now we're bringing it back up north to Jersey.
mm.
So this is our fifth FinFest and one of our largest. I'm talking about we
Wow.
have the most resources we've ever had. We had two stages instead of one stage. We have the most breakout sessions we've ever had,
Wow.
probably the most speakers we've ever had, including some amazing partnerships that were able to make this happen. So from the top of it, if I have to delve into the agenda, we have over 22 sessions that
Wow.
span from, like you said, making money, managing it, and investing. Uh,
Mhm,
we have something for your grandparents, right? Something for folks who are at the end tail of just future planning, right? From final expenses planning, Medicare topics.
mm,
We have something for new entrepreneurs, how to get funding as a new entrepreneur. We have a woman named Renee King who owns a company called Fun Black Founders, and she's
mm,
speaking specifically to entrepreneurs on how to get money and capital. And in addition to that, we have a resource in the building called NJEDA, I bet it's called. Yeah, it's the NJEDA organization that
mhm,
supports economic growth in the state of New Jersey. So these folks are going to be in the building and they are specifically there to help investors find people, get jobs,
mm.
enhance the state of the economic development by providing these financial resources. So they will be in the building as a resource for us.
So
Um,
this sounds excellent, all of this.
yes.
So can you tell people what is the investment that they have to make to be able to access all of these resources?
So first step is to register, and you can register at dfree.com. Look at our events tab if it doesn't pop up on you on the screen.
Mhm,
You definitely have to register. It's important that you register so we know who's coming, how many people are coming, and so that we can prepare for everyone, specifically because there's a lot of free resources and we want to make sure we have enough for
mm,
everyone, specifically food. That's one of the that's one of the big ones is making sure that we have enough food in the building to be able to cater to the folks who are going to be there. So it's important that if you do decide that you want to attend FinFest or you
yeah.
want to share it with a friend or a family member, or you want to bring the whole family, because it's literally something for everyone, including specifically the youth. And I'll delve into that in a minute. It's important that you register. It's very important. So dfree.com /FinFest if you want to get specific, but definitely register for the event.
And how much does it cost, Angelique?
It's free 99.
Yes, that That's
It's
the
free.
point.
It's a
All of
free
those
event.
resources, 22 sessions,
We have,
and yes, go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So we have, like you said, 22 sessions. We have over 45 tables that will be in this space. So
Oh,
it's a lot going on in the day. And the
mhm.
beautiful part about it is that you own your day, right? So we want you to be there with us all day. There's enough going on all day. But ideally, there's specific sessions that may resonate within for you and your family, or just for you specifically, that you want to just kind of attend those specific sessions. Or you
Mhm.
may just want to come for the job fair, because there will be a job fair with the local hospital that will be hiring. We have different organizations that will be hiring specifically within the Jersey Shore area. Um,
And
and
so how does the job fair work? So the day starts at 9 a.m. And
so
so
from
there's mhm.
I'll start with the agenda. So 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. we have the job fair and the resource fair
So get
at
there at the
yep,
beginning.
at the
Get there
very beginning,
early,
right
dress to
into it.
impress. Yes.
Yes, yes. So after that, we go into our day of events. So we have opening remarks starting at 10 a.m. So we want everybody seated and ready to learn by 10 a.m. We have an amazing group of community leaders who will be there. We have the Board of Education for Monmouth County that will be there. And we have a lot of folks that we want you to hear from that will be there. So definitely at 10 a.m. And then we go into our sessions, specifically RWJ Barnabas Health. They are participating in a huge, huge way with us this year.
Mm.
They have over 27 resources that will be there. They're giving away free screenings that stem from breast cancer awareness. So you can register to get a free mammogram. We,
What?
yes, a free mammogram. They're going to be registering folks to do
Wow.
that. We have stroke assessment,
Mm.
high blood pressure assessment. We have HIV testing happening live right there. So we will, obviously that's a private matter. So
Mm.
folks can come and get their blood work done, drawn. But
Wow.
they have 27 tables that will be there,
Wow.
including the
Yeah.
job fair component as well.
So wait, this all sounds amazing.
Mhm.
Seriously, just that healthcare component alone, that's huge.
Yes.
So it sounds like it's going to be just jam packed, and that's just like the
Yeah.
first couple of hours.
Yes.
And so, talk to me a little bit. You've mentioned some partners. So, who are the official partners for FinFest? And I'm just curious too. I always have a good time going to Long Branch, typically, during beach weather. But how is it that DeFree
So
selected Long Branch?
our
Mhm.
official partner is the Monmouth County, excuse me, the Monmouth County Delta Sigma Theta chapter. But historically, DFree has had a really great relationship with Delta Sigma Theta at large. This
Okay.
specific chapter has been instrumental in getting us into this space to be able to provide all that we're doing on this day. So shout out to the Delta Sigma Theta Monmouth County chapter. We
Mhm.
appreciate everything you do, from your president to Tasha Young Blood. She's doing an amazing job in connecting us with a ton of resources that needed to be or need to be in this space. So
Excellent.
shout out to them.
Mhm.
And then we have our two co-title sponsors, which is Prudential Financial. And I'm
Mhm.
going to really deep dive into, how instrumental they've been over the
Mhm.
years with D Free FinFest, as well as the services that they will be providing on the day of. And then we have RWJ Barnabas Health, who is our co-title sponsor as well. And then we have a number of other sponsors who are involved, specifically NJEDA. They are instrumental as well and will be providing resources. But overall, the main folks that we have that's really the wheelhouses behind FinFest this year is RWJ Barnabas Health, Monmouth County, as well
Mhm.
as the Delta Sigma Theta, Monmouth County, and obviously Prudential, who is definitely have been a supporter of the D-Free movement for years.
For
So,
sure. They're the sponsors of this program for Ask the Expert.
oh
And
yes,
that is a great reminder for folks who are interested in receiving free financial advising, you can go to the link that's at the bottom of the screen right now, and you can sign up for a free session. And so they offer that throughout our partnership every day, every opportunity that's available to you to sign up and register for that. Please do so.
I forgot to mention one other instrumental person who was actually our host. So the Long Branch Public School System,
Mm,
thank you to them as well, because obviously they're lending us their space to go in to, provide all of these services. So we
mhm.
cannot forget the Long Branch Public School System, who's instrumental as well in this year's D-Free FinFest.
Well, that's awesome. So that's a great segue to talk about the youth track for FinFest. You want to talk about the agenda a little bit about?
Yes, absolutely. So that's the cool thing about FinFest. We've evolved, right? Historically, we've started out as, talking to adults,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a disconnect in realizing that we needed to be educating the entire family ecosystem. And
Mm-hmm.
so going as young as 10 years old and teaching them, those first touch points or those introductory conversations about financial literacy that I know I didn't have in my family growing up. And I don't know if that was something that, you guys spoke about in your household, but money is a weird topic in families, especially if you don't have any. Like, we didn't have any money. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, how are we planning for the future when we're trying to figure out what's happening today, right? And so what D-Free recognized was like, you know what? These conversations needs to start happening younger.
Yeah,
So as of I think this is our third event that we're specifically having a track dedicated to the youth conversation about around money. So
excellent. Yeah.
we definitely have about, let me see, maybe like five or actually seven topics related to youth finance.
Can you share
Finance.
some?
Sure. So we have a young man named DeAndre Brown,
Mm-hmm.
who's doing the introductory conversation about young money. So he has something called Young Money Finances. And
Mm-hmm.
he's coming in to kind of talk about that high level. What is financial literacy? What is debt? What is good assets versus bad assets? How to invest in those entry level conversations, right?
Yeah.
So it's the
Mm-hmm.
basic conversations. And then we have Prudential, who will
Mm-hmm.
also, those are our lead financial advisors who will be coming in and talk about money and youth and in relation to that and how to start investing from a young age and what to do when you do get your first check, right? When you start working at 14 years old and how to invest that money and how to prepare for the future. We also have RWJ who's going to be talking about the power of music for healthy coping mechanisms, right? This
Mm-hmm.
year's theme is health or wealth protected by health. And so RWJ is kind of bridging that gap between financial wellness and your actual health. Because if you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally, how are you going to spend any of that money? So we have three tracks from RWJ, two specific to the adults, about mental wellness,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have one specifically to the children. What are the tracks for the adult side of things are just coping mechanisms on how to recognize when your child is not mentally well or things
Mm-hmm.
are not right, that you're identifying these kind of trigger points and how to manage that from a parent's perspective. And then on
Yeah.
the same breath, we have the power of music and healthy coping mechanisms that's going to be delivered by way of RWJ, but through the Prosper Foundation from a therapist who teaches children how to use music to maximize your mental well-being.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
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 So
No, music has such a huge influence on youth culture. So
yes.
that's great to merge the two.
Yes. And then we have an organization called the Sounds of Tomorrow, who will be also kind of leveraging how to monetize your music or your creative arts,
Oh,
things
that's
like that.
exciting.
So yeah, exactly. So we're excited about this youth track. We have things talking about, how to maximize AI to make money, even from your
Mm-hmm.
cell phone as a kid. Some of
Mm-hmm.
these kids are more advanced than you know. And so we want to tap into their creative side. We want to tap into them thinking about money in a different way than just spending it, right? It's also
Yeah.
about how to make it and how to save it.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure that, their first time maybe about hearing about finances
Mm,
comes from a D-free experience.
mhm.
But it also sets and triggers, a pathway for prosperity later on in life.
Right. I so appreciate that because, to your point, introducing these concepts at a young age can totally change the trajectory for a family, right?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
a lot of families that are affluent, and have that as part of their culture already. Some young people, I was talking to someone, and their children at a very young age sit down with a financial advisor, and
That's
they're
amazing.
getting insights and perspectives very young. So to be able to offer this, particularly for families that may not have had that type of exposure, is just incredible. Um, and
Absolutely.
and all of it's free. Like,
It is. And one of the other key components that I want to highlight that will be in the building is an organization called Lemonade Day. And
Mhm,
Lemonade Day is an organization that teaches you how to take an idea and convert it into a business, right?
mhm.
And I'm talking about they take the lemonade stand idea on
Yeah.
how you can just sell regular juice,
Mm,
right? Um, and basically create a business for yourself in the future from at the very entry level. They have an
mhm,
amazing app that they will be offering for free for parents
mhm.
and children on how to take those core concepts and apply it to an idea. And to piggyback off of that, for the children of the middle school and the high school, we are having a pitch contest. So
Oh,
they get,
fun.
yeah, yeah. So they get to pitch their idea to our judges. And at
Mhm.
the end of the experience, that's going to happen at the end of the day. The kids walk away winning a prize, $500 prize that
Mhm.
they get at the end of their pitch contest. And
Oh,
obviously we have like a second and third winners, so everybody will be a winner on that day, but we have a cash prize for the entrepreneur who presents their best concept.
okay. So you know about that. Get ready. Start to prepare now. That's so much. I can't wait to check that out.
Yes, it's a good day. It's a good full day, and it's not a long day, right? We start about 10 a.m. You'll
Mhm.
probably be out of there by 3:30 the latest, 4 o'clock if you really want to stay around for some fun. But overall, like I said, we have a youth track and we have an adult track. And so,
What can the adults expect? What are some of the
oh,
top?
there's a ton for the adults. We have a ton for the adults. So we have Get Your Coins Right with Shakira Green, who
Mhm.
just like me is a working professional. She is a working professional and also has a side hustle that makes her a lot of money. And she's working on the corporate level of things.
Mhm.
So she works for a financial institution. She's a VP of a financial institution in New York.
Mhm.
She also does Airbnbs. She
Mhm.
also does vending machines.
Mhm.
She also created businesses for her kids to stop asking her for money. And that's how
Yeah.
she always words it. Because she's like, I got tired of my kids asking me for money. So I said, here. So she created these vending machine businesses for her kids to be able to monetize off of them. And
Mhm.
now they have their own running business and they're responsible for stocking up their shelves and things of that nature. So she put them to work. And I think her kids are like maybe 15, 17 years old, give or take.
Mhm.
But the beautiful thing about her is her personal journey in her life,
Mhm.
where people would just kind of give up. She kind of maximized on an experience. I don't want to take away
Yeah.
from her
You
story. So
can't. Don't tell it
I'm
all.
gonna
Yeah.
let her tell her story, but I'm always inspired by her and I'm like, you have to be with us. She was actually with us last year talking about getting her money right and where she was and from where she was and where she is right now. And it's
Mhm.
a story that people can directly connect with, right? It's
Mhm.
something that most women would experience. Hopefully not, but
Mhm.
most women have experienced. And it's just an amazing triumph story and how she was able to go from here to there. And then she's teaching you how to do it from her perspective and her experience, as well as
Oh,
being
I
a
love it.
financial coach.
I
Um,
love it. Yes, because to be able to walk away with a strategy is pretty awesome. So I am intrigued by her personal story and want to hear it. But I'm also excited from the aspect of helping our teenagers create opportunities for themselves. I know my son had a difficult time finding summer employment. So he does have a little side hustle. He flips sneakers, but he wanted typical summer job. And a lot of the employers were skewing older teens, and so to be able to create your opportunities for yourself, I want to take notes to help him get started. So that sounds pretty cool.
Absolutely. We also have real estate investing, right? For those, we have a class for first-time home buyers.
Mm,
We have at least two classes for entrepreneurship. We have a fireside chat with an Olympian named Katora Orji, who actually just participated in the Paris Olympics. So we're
cool.
really excited to her because she's actually a Jersey native,
Oh,
and she's
nice.
coming, and she also recognized that one, she's young, two, she came into some money, and three, she is also trying to teach her communities on how to maximize on her experiences like she's had, but in a financially literate way, right?
Hmm.
So her and Dr. Stories are going to be sitting down talking about her experience as an Olympian and what she doing with her money, right? And how can folks also invest, whether it's large or small, on maximizing the knowledge that she's about to share with Dr. Stories and so forth. So we're excited to have her there with us. Um, we have a young man named Langston Gaither who is going to be teaching us the effects of financial wellness by the lens of AI. So he's
Hmm.
going to be coming to talk to us about that. We have a graphic designer named Danielle Flowers, who also goes by Dex Denim. I think you guys actually interviewed her last year. She's coming to FinFest to teach folks, kids or adults, how to make money using AI. And it's a really cool way that she teaches her followers on social media on how to maximize AI to do simple things from if it's you're a cake decorator and how to, get the artwork from AI and convert it and put it on your cakes. Or
Right.
if you're a graphic designer and you want to kind of enhance, your skills and things of that nature. But basically, she's going to be teaching. And that one is going to be a really interactive workshop. It's about 55 minutes. So she has a
Hmm.
lot of time to kind of do that. I think the big takeaway when you think about all of these sessions is we're teaching you the how, right?
Hmm.
People are not going to just tell you, you should do this. They're going to
Right.
tell you how to do this, how to save your money, how to, make your money, how to invest your money. And I think when you go to some of these financial conferences, they kind of miss that component, right? We want people to walk away with seeds that are planted that can be harvested later and, be fruitful for their future.
Mhm. So when people arrive, are they able to create their day? How does it work when they show up?
So first, we all start off together,
Hmm.
specifically the adults for the first hour. The youth and the adults will start the first hour together. We're
Hmm.
going to then branch off the youth and kind of transition them to the youth stage. And then we're going to kind of talk about the adult topics on the adult stage. And then there's a portion of the day where the adults will own their day. So if
Hmm.
there's about 6 sessions that will happen at the same time, three
Hmm.
times throughout the day, and they get to
Okay.
choose which which session they want to participate in. The
Um,
main stage and the youth stage will be recorded. So if you miss anything on those stages, you can
oh,
always
great.
capture it later on. The
Hmm.
rest of the stages, you have to be in the house. So you
Right.
have to be physically there with us to kind
Hmm.
of get those gems.
Yeah. So, Angelique, this all sounds so good. I mean, there is a lot of meat on this agenda. I mean, everything. But, this is FinFest and we're talking about a financial festival. So let's talk about the fun in FinFest. Tell us what's fun to be fun.
So a good thing about FinFest is in between every session, we have giveaways,
Oh,
monetary giveaways, we have physical giveaways. We have an organization called the Rotary Club who's going to be, they donated a e-bike to us to give away at FinFest.
oh, that's
So
cool.
it's so cool that they did
Yeah.
that for us. We have gift cards.
Oh,
We have food gift cards that we're giving away, books that we're giving away, some merchandise that we're giving away.
nice.
There's a lot of giveaways. So I think that's the fun aspect of FinFest. We have a
Yeah,
violinist that will be performing for us. We have two
a
DJs.
violinist.
Yeah, but he's not just your ordinary violinist. He is going to be playing some like hip hop, groove,
Oh, okay.
R&B. He's leaving the classical at home. So he's really trying to get us motivated. We have Ash Cash, who's joining us again,
Mhm.
who he gets the crowd really going.
Yeah.
He's very motivational and inspiring, gets everybody out of their seat, and it's very reflective of the things that he says. But we have an amazing youth host that's going to be joining us. What else is off the top of my head? It's like so many things. I'm trying to like remember off
Yeah.
my
I mean,
head.
thanks for sharing that because, some people's perspective about a conference that's focused on finances, it may sound, like a snoozer, but this sounds like there's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm,
Definitely, definitely.
and just, but what I appreciate about this is the combination of information that will totally transform your life and potentially your life for generations to come, which that alone should draw people, you would think.
Yeah.
'Cause that's major, right? If by attending this event you can get a nugget of information that will help you eliminate debt, that can help you build wealth. And then that becomes a new lifestyle for you and your family. And then it's adopted and transferred like for generation after generation. Like that alone is so significant. But then also the combination of just having fun with it, right?
If the giveaways are not enough, come for the free food, okay? Definitely register so we know that you're coming and we can have your food and beverages and all that good stuff with us. But there will be a lot of giveaways, a lot of things that people can physically walk away with. Not just from the knowledge base, but you know,
Yeah.
some raffles and things of that nature.
Yeah, so you guys will be living up to your name of FinFest. So that's exciting. All right, folks. So that is FinFest, November 9th. That's a Saturday, 9 a.m. Register today, dfree.com/FinFest. Do not delay because they are planning a great event for you and want to make sure that everything's in place, all the resources, the meals, everything. So register, register, register. And of course, you don't want to be in a situation where everyone hears about this, they're registering, and then you're just like, oh,
You missed out.
too late. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So register today. Register
Important.
today. So
Registration is important.
yes. So thank you, Angelique. We really
Thank
appreciate
you for having
everything
me.
that you're doing to create this phenomenal event. We are so excited about it. I'm excited about it. I'm jazzed up after hearing this level of detail. So I am registered. You can see that. Go check. I'm registered. So I'm looking forward to attending, and I hope everyone else is as well.
Bring the whole family,
The
everybody.
whole family. All
Mama,
right.
the grandma, the little brother, everybody. Everybody's welcome.
There's something for everyone.
There's something
Everyone.
for everyone. Absolutely.
All right, so there you have it. That concludes our episode of Ask the Expert. We look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same place. Bye.
All right, D Free FinFest family, we are happy to be back. I am loving it, loved it, however you want to put it.
It's just being in community with like-minded individuals.
There isn't just one path to your prosperity.
I'm excited that FinFest is looking at comprehensive financial building.
Sometimes you don't know how to get a seat at the table, but when you walk into FinFest, here you go. This is the entire table.
I've gotten a lot of great financial advice. I sat and just met with a financial advisor.
It's empowering to see those affirmations and to see those different things. I feel like I'm in the right place.
And so this whole brand of financial festival, FinFest, puts the focus on the positive and helps people overcome the negative.